Welcome everyone to another episode of Wednesdayword with me, Ronnie. So this week has the words of Jesus has been playing on my mind this week a lot from the book of Luke, and I'll read it. Luke chapter 9 from verse 23. And Jesus was speaking to the crowds of people, and he said to them, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross daily and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, then you will save it. And what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and then loses his own soul?" See, in society today, it's all about the individual. I think we can all agree. It's all about the me. No, we don't like anyone dictating our lives. We don't like anybody telling us how we ought to live. We do what we want, we go where we want, say what we want, see who we want, date who we want, etc., etc. No one dictates our lives. It's all about me, myself, and I. I am my own boss. And today my little mini topic is just die. Just die. See, the focus in today's time is just on the self. You know, we have all the selfie sticks and taking all the selfies. But Jesus said in his words that if any of you wants to be my follower, let him deny himself. Pick up your cross daily and follow me. Now that's the complete opposite to what we naturally want to do. Of course, Jesus even went on to reference the cross as a symbol of the type of death he was going to die. He was going to be killed and crucified on the cross. He now expects us to die to our own will and live for him. Die to our own desires and live for his desires. The same way that he lived for his Father's will. He expects us to say, like he said in the Garden of Gethsemane, and you remember it really well, "Thy will be done, O Lord." So you remember he was in agony. He was just thinking about the type of death he was going to die, and he prayed to the Father in the garden, is there any other way, Lord? Let this cup be taken away from me. Can the objective be carried out in a different way, perhaps? But knowing that there wasn't, he then submitted to the Father's will and said, "Not my will, but your will be done." Just die. See, he was dead to his will and alive to the Father's. See, Jesus expects us to be dead. He expects us, he commands us to be dead to our own desires, our own selfish ways. In 1 Corinthians, it tells us, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 20, that we were bought with a price. We no longer belong to ourselves. It cost Jesus his life. His inestimable blood was shed. See, we now belong to him. We need to die. Dare I say that we have too many Christians alive. We have too many live and living Christians. See, when Jesus was teaching his disciples to pray, he taught them, "Our Father," and you know the prayer, of course, "Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." See, we need to die to ourselves. Die, and live unto God. As Paul himself said in Galatians chapter 2, said, "I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live. But not I that live, but it's the Christ that lives in me." So in other words, he was saying, if my life and my needs and my desires and my behavior, etc., comes into a direct opposition against Christ, then I have to submit to the will of Christ and his words. Just die. He left us an example, Jesus, in Philippians 2. It says that, "And being found in fashion as a man, Jesus humbled himself unto death, even the death of the cross. And because he became obedient unto death, God has highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every other name, that at the name of Jesus Christ every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess." You see, in the same text in Luke, he even went on to say that if you hang on to your life, you will lose it. Why try to hang on to it? if you give it up for my sake, he said, you will find it. And he still didn't stop there. He went further to reinforce the point that he was saying. When he said, what is the point of gaining all that the world has to offer, and then sadly losing your own soul? You follow your will, you follow your direction, your desires, and then lose everything in the end. Just die. Die, die, die. See, we need to die so that we can live. So I hope, my desire, my prayer today is that you will be challenged by this message. And if you haven't yet already, that you will make the decision today to die to your will and live for His. Feel free to share this little message so that others can be also challenged and that they can die. God bless you guys. Always a pleasure to stop by to say a few words to you. So see you again in a couple of weeks' time on Wednesday Word. Peace out.